You know those moments when somebody hits you with a question that feels like a kick in the stomach? Maybe the person you report to at work is asking, "Why should I trust you with this project?" Or your partner is saying, "Do you even still want to be in this relationship? Do you want to be here?" Or your son or daughter is looking up at you with that mix of honesty and challenge and says, "Dad, are you really happy?" Yeah, that silence that follows, that's the freeze. It's not because you're stupid or because you're unprepared or weak. It's because your brain just did what any human brain does when it feels under threat. So let's talk about that. Why do we freeze? When a tough question lands, the brain reads it as danger. Not physical danger, but social danger. Rejection, embarrassment, loss of respect. The limbic system floods your body with cortisol. And cortisol is the stress hormone. Your heart rate spikes, your ability to think clearly drops by up to 30% in seconds. That's a lot, and that's fast. And suddenly you're standing there, tongue-tied and with your mind blank, wishing for an escape hatch or some aliens to just abduct you and take you away from here and out of the moment. But what counts as a tough question depends entirely on what part of you it threatens. If it challenges your competence, you'll feel defensive. If it exposes your vulnerability, you'll feel shame. If it questions your integrity, you'll feel anger. So the real question is not, why is this question hard? It is, what part of me feels threatened by it? Because that is the part that needs attention, not the question itself. So here is a mindset shift for you. Those of you that know me, you saw this coming, right? Mindset shift. Most people approach tough questions like it's an ambush, but it's actually an opportunity, and you need to see it as such. When somebody asks a hard question, what they are really doing is giving you a moment of truth. They are saying, "Show me who you are when things get uncomfortable." The strongest men I've met don't have all the answers, but they have composure. They don't perform, they pause. They don't defend, they discern. And that mindset shift from reacting to responding, there is your key. When you see a question not as a threat, but as a mirror, you start to grow from it instead of shrinking under it. So here are some practical examples for you. Let's look at a few common moments that make men freeze. So in a meeting, for instance, somebody could say, "So what exactly went wrong on your end?" It might make you feel cornered. You want to justify, but the better move is to pause, breathe, and say, "Good question. Let me walk you through what I know, and then we can look at what might need improving." That keeps you in control, and it shows your composure. So, of course, you're not going to use my exact words. Well, you might, but you might not. But something in that direction. Don't run away from it. Don't shy away from it. Face it. Look at it objectively. Keep you in control. Keep your composure. With a partner, the partner could say, why don't you ever open up to me? What is the risk here? It's an emotional risk. You can't win this with logic. The move here is to acknowledge the truth in it. Acknowledgement once again. Say, you're right. I find it hard sometimes, or I find it hard lately. It's not because I don't care, but I'm learning. I'm still learning how to talk about these things before I've worked them out. So I'm still in the process of learning. And reassure the person. It's not because I don't care. It's just that I don't know how yet. I'm working on it. That is honest. That is masculine strength. In a job interview, for instance, or a performance review, people often ask, what is your biggest weakness? Oh, isn't that a dreadful one? Everyone hates that. The trap is trying to sound perfect, right? Don't fall into that trap. The win is showing self-awareness. Honesty is always still the best policy. So in showing self-awareness, you could say something like, I can be impatient with slow progress, but I've learned to use that drive to keep projects moving instead of pushing people too hard. So you are putting a positive spin on it while you are still admitting to having a weakness. Freezing happens when your brain is trying to protect your image. The antidote is truth, honesty, spoken calmly. How are you going to handle it in the moment? In that moment when somebody throws a question at you and your brain interprets it as a threat. Breathe before you answer. A slow breath, that will just tell your body that you are safe. That 1 second can be the difference between freezing and leading. The second thing to do after breathing is to repeat the question. This buys you time and it shows your composure and it lets your brain re-engage. So you can say something like, that is a fair question. You're asking why I didn't follow through. Or, I hear you. You're asking why I haven't been paying so much attention to you lately. I understand what you are saying. This, that, and the other. Repeat the question, right? So you're going to buy yourself a little bit of time there. The third thing, ask for clarity. Something like, before I answer, can I just check what do you mean by that? Or I just want to make sure that I understand 100% what the question means before I answer you. This puts you back in control of the pace of this conversation, and it shows your maturity. And again, you're asking for clarity means you're buying yourself a little bit of time. It's a little bit of time. Number 2 also, the repeating. It's a little bit of time, but in your brain, in that space, it feels like enough time. The fourth thing you're going to do is speaking slowly. Freezing is often a speed problem. So your brain is racing ahead and your mouth can't keep up. So slow equals steady. It will help your brain and your mouth move in pace with each other. Speak slowly. And then number 5, don't fill the silence. Silence can be powerful. It can make people listen. Hold that pause, just a moment. The man who can sit calmly in silence always holds the upper hand. So the mindset for you to practice daily is this: detach from image. You are not here to look perfect, to come across as perfect. You are here to stay honest and truthful. Curiosity over control. Instead of fearing the questions, become curious of what's behind the question. What is this person really asking me to see? And it's often not about you, it's often about them. Then ownership. Own your flaws. The man who owns his truth cannot be controlled by it. You can't be controlled if you own your flaws. People can try, they're going to fail. And then faith over fear. A tough question is a test of faith, not in religion, but in your grounding. Faith over fear. Because when you know who you are, no question can unmake you. Your next move over the coming week, notice the moments when you start to feel that inner freeze. It could be a difficult chat with your partner, or when someone questions a decision you made at work, or when your children question you, or a friend or a family member questions a decision. Or you can have a difficult chat with those people. So in that moment, notice when you start feeling that inner freeze. So when you feel that tightening in your chest, do this. Number 1, breathe. Deep breath in, slowly out. Consciously, number 2, relax your jaw. Relax that jaw. Number 3, say to yourself quietly, I'm not under attack, I'm being seen. You are just putting your own mind at ease. I'm not under attack, I'm being seen. And then number 4, respond, don't react. Here's the difference. And if you can, replay those moments later in your mind. I'm not saying overthink and go over it to death. Just replay those moments later in your mind, not to judge yourself, but to learn what triggered the freeze, so you can be aware of it and so that you can respond with even more ease and composure as time goes on. So if you want to work on that presence, that composure, that ability to respond, not react, I offer one-on-one coaching to help you sharpen these skills in real time. We dig deep, we practice, we get you to the point where tough questions are not something to fear, they are something you face with strength. My contact details are in the description. Get hold of me and we'll have a chat, a discovery call, and we can tailor something for you. James 1, verse 19, our biblical reflection. Everyone should be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to become angry. That pause, that sacred space before you answer, that is where wisdom lives. Until next time, thank you so much for joining me. Take care, please like and share and subscribe. Tot volgende keer, mooi bly.